We've been covering just how this pandemic is impacting area students, but what about teachers? Millard Public Schools is working on ways to help their staff navigate the stresses that come with teaching in the age of COVID-19. Reporter Kent Lutzen has more from the district school board meeting.
Laboring on Labor Day is probably more than 80% or 90% of our teachers did at some point this weekend.
Millard Public Schools is reporting just 6 active COVID-19 cases, with 43 students and staff in quarantine. The school board looks at these numbers as a win, according to Treasurer Amanda McGill Johnson.
While I'm very pleased by the lack of spread in our buildings, I know those numbers wouldn't be what they are if it weren't for teachers.
School Board Vice President Dave Anderson says he is happy the district chose to give families the option of learning in person or remotely, but questions the impact it has on staff.
I'm not exactly sure how well that works to the point of keeping kids engaged in front of you at the same time keeping kids engaged at home.
To help teachers navigate these changes in educating and these new stresses, the school district announced at their Tuesday night school board meeting that they would be building in 3 additional teacher workdays into the calendar. The school board also announced all parent-teacher conferences will be online this year to prevent teachers from catching the virus.
Our teachers are human. They have families at home. They have responsibilities, and they are being stretched out thin.
The district says they cannot afford to have teachers out sick, even changing guidelines for staff members that come into close contact with someone who has tested positive. These teachers will no longer have to quarantine if they aren't showing symptoms. The school board says they continue to prepare for outbreaks, but are optimistic after nearly a month back in school, especially with advancements in a possible vaccine.
But once we have that, we can start taking more changes and steps as a society. It might take a couple years to get us back to where we were or closer to that, but it will allow us to start taking those steps.
In Millard, Kent Lutzen, 3 News Now.
School board says they also received $1.6 million in CARES Act money. They say this will help cover the $2.5 million they've spent in COVID-19 related expenses.